Joining us now is somebody who just returned from those refugee camps in Bangladesh, Mickey Bergman, Vice President and Executive Director of the Richardson Center for Global Engagement. Mickey, thanks for joining us. What jumped out to you in terms of what you saw in these refugee camps in Bangladesh?
So the first thing that jumped to me is the scale of this. It is endless. You look around that camp and it's 26 different camps clamped into one mega camp, 1 million people. It's hard to comprehend the scale of it. And of course, when you go around, you can cruise through it and associate that as a refugee camp until you see the children. And I have a daughter of my own, and you just sink into this, and it's unbelievable that human beings are living in those conditions, and it's a terrible thing.
We are seeing some of the photos that you brought back from your visit. Are the conditions for these children, for these families, are they getting any better?
Well, they are. The organizations that are handling and running those camps, and the international community has unfortunately had a lot of experience in camps, are doing a really good job at this. So you see they're being fed. They have the basic needs, but they're cramped. They have no land. They have no access to jobs, no access to markets. We just barely escaped the fact that the monsoon season that is about to end was not that terrible. But in Bangladesh, cyclone season is coming next. Mudslides, people are going to die there on that. And another element of what's becoming really, really difficult in these camps is the host community, the Bangladeshi communities around those camps. They didn't go into empty lands. They went into lands that were owned and lived by Bangladeshi citizens who welcomed them, just as the Bangladeshi government welcomed them. But their water sources are depleting. Their infrastructure is coming down. They have compromised their lands. All of that is creating friction between refugees and the host communities, and unless the international community starts paying attention to that and sustains and even increases the assistance to maintain them, we're going to start seeing this issue within Bangladesh as a political liability almost, endangering internal violence and conflict in Bangladesh, and we cannot afford seeing that. Even though we know that Myanmar is responsible for taking them back in a safe and dignified way, we also should be very aware it's not happening anytime soon. We're trying to push Myanmar as much as possible, but we have to face the fact that they're going to be there for a while, and we need to help Bangladesh, we need to help them, and we need to help the host communities to sustain this.
Mickey, in the 30 seconds we have left with you, what do the Rohingyas say about their future, if any?
The striking thing about them, when you talk about them, they're entrepreneurial, they're working, they find ways to kind of sustain a little economy within the camp. However, the biggest thing for them, they feel like their heritage is being erased. It's being erased by Myanmar to begin with. It's being erased by the international community now that is negotiating on their behalf, while they don't have a seat around the table. We need to let them have their own voice. Right now, they don't feel like they have it.
Mickey Bergman, Vice President and Executive Director of the Richardson Center for Global Engagement. Mickey, thank you. We appreciate it.